All right, let's make sure all the tech is working okay. Just one sec. I've got my new wireless headphones here, and which is hopefully going to be awesome because I do not like wired headphones or wires in general. So let's just see. I don't know if I've got this working properly. Yes, I think that's working. Okay, perfect. All right. So we've got the comments here. Let's get started. Hey Rockstar, Steve aka Void here, and today I want to talk about Comfortably Numb, specifically how you can play Comfortably Numb from day one. Now this is a concept that I use pretty much in all of my coaching, that no matter what, we want to take the song and we want to match that to your level. Now this is different than what you might normally do, which is try to take your level and try to match what's happening on the record. Now, it's not to say that you won't play what's on the record. It's more that if you want to play today and have fun and develop your skills in a much more logical way, then what you're going to do is you could take the song and you're going to match that to your current skill level. For everybody, that's different. That might be that you're almost where David Gilmour is at, and then you just need maybe 10 or 15 minutes to sort it out exactly like what's on the record, or it means that you're just starting out on guitar and you need to simplify it quite a bit, but you could still get to play along with the record at full speed, and then you build your skills from there. So on Saturday, in my Play From Day One program, we have our monthly jam session, and this week we looked at Comfortably Numb and how to break it down all the way and then build it back up. So that you can play along at face value. Okay, hey Greg, how's it going, buddy? I've got these, by the way, these new wireless headphones that aren't going to make the mic go, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm going to probably get my wireless guitar happening soon. So down with cables, down with wires. I'm super stoked about that. But anyway, let's take a quick look at some of the ideas I had for the rhythm guitar part, how to simplify that, and then also how to simplify the lead guitar part. I'm talking specifically the major solo, the one that happens after the first chorus. So in Comfortably Numb, the way that it works on the record is typically, it's actually mostly keyboard. Richard Wright's playing the keyboard. He's playing these chords here, okay? Hey Tony, how's it going, buddy? So we have these chords, and there's not really that much guitar in it. Like, you could hear some acoustic and stuff like that in the chorus, but I like to represent this in any way that I can, so I don't care that Richard Wright's playing keyboard. I want to play along with the record, and I'm going to play something like this. Like that, okay? So that's what I would do to play that. But now, if you can't play that, if you can't, let's say bar chords are an issue, or switching from open chords and all that switching is a little bit of an issue, then I want to show you how you can play it without any of that stuff. And what we do is, again, we want to make sure that we simplify it as much as possible so that you can play it for sure. You can play it within, let's say, like 3 to 5 minutes, you can play it. And because I don't want you struggling for weeks and months and before you can play a song you love, let's say if you love Comfortably Numb. So instead, what I like to do on the rhythm is, this would be the starting point, is you want to make sure that you can nail each of the chords as they're happening. So what I would do is I would go to the 7th fret, the 5th fret, the 3rd fret, and then the open string, the E, and I would make sure I'd play power chords on each one. I'd play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can probably hear Comfortably Numb in that. But you want to play along with the record, and this is what allows for you to play along with the record right away, okay? And so you notice there's no descending notes or anything like that, because at first I want to make sure that you can just play the chords and nail those chords. You could always add that stuff afterwards, like, if after it's starting to feel comfortable, you can add those back in, okay? Now, oh cool, hey Sean, how's it going, buddy? So what I want to make sure of is I want to see that you can nail those parts, and then only when you can nail those, then you add more into it. Like, you could turn those power chords into bar chords, and then like that you could add those the descending note in there, like that. Then you can, if you want, you could experiment with playing maybe more strums or different locations. It all depends. You want to work out how to match up something that's compatible with the record, and then you could always add more strumming afterwards. It's just bit by bit by bit by bit you can increase the complexity of the song. But first you want your mind to understand something, one version, even if you're just playing one note at a time, like that, or you play some power chords, or you play bar chords. You could start with simple strumming, like single strokes. Then you could do steady strokes. That, okay, so you can do that. You can also then once that's feeling comfortable and you've played along with the record a few times, then you could start adding some of those other shapes. And I like to use songs as an excuse to learn techniques. I don't like practicing exercises. I don't like my students practicing exercises. I want you playing songs. I want you to play along with the record. It's way more fun. You develop more confidence and build more momentum in your playing. So if you want to see how I did all of this, check out playfromday1.com. You can reach out to me if you want to look for the best option of getting in, but you could see specifically how I laid out how to learn that rhythm guitar part. Now, for the lead guitar part, this is probably something different that you haven't seen before. Basically, what you would do, instead of doing something like, let me actually put some distortion on here, and so on the solo, when it goes, when it goes to that, so when you're learning that solo, it's a bit much to start with something, for a lot of people, it's a bit much to start with something where you're like playing the rake and trying to get to this note here, and then doing some bends sometimes is tricky. Jumping from note to note. Sometimes slides are a little bit clunky. So what I recommend at first, in order to play this from day one, is to make sure that you are simplifying all of that. Remove all of the bends, remove all the slides, remove any of that stuff, and just try to go for the melody. I like to stick to downstrokes only on the pick, and stick to one finger only if possible. And when you're doing that, when you're sticking to one finger, what happens is it's going to sound kind of like a nursery rhyme or something like that, and that's good. I want you to be able to play along with the record right away, and then you build from there. So typically it would be something like this. You'd play, you wouldn't do the rake because that's not important at first. You don't have to go, you don't have to do that. You can just go. Which is kind of like a nursery rhyme version of Comfortably Numb solo, but it's not with any, you're just removing all the technical stuff. And then once you get comfortable with that, because you could probably play along with the record right away up to speed, maybe even like 80%, 90%, even if it's just a bit slower, but probably up to speed, even with that, with one finger. And then that way you don't have to work out on the coordination of any of that. And then once you do that, once you achieve that, it's like a video game, then you pass that level, then you could add some more fingers. So maybe you go, and then you keep growing from there. So then maybe after that, maybe instead of bends, you do slides, and you go, instead of going, maybe you go, which is smoother than just pick attacks, and so then you smooth that out, and you can play with slides. Like that, and you just grow from there, and then the slides turn into bends. So basically you go bit by bit by bit by bit, and you build it up. So that's the whole flip, is instead of we're trying to match your skill level to the level of the song, we take the song and we match it to your skill level so you can play from day one. Okay, let me know in the comments if that makes sense, if that helped. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, share, and comment. Ask any questions, I'm here to help you. And if you want me to work with you personally on learning this song as well as any other song that you love, then definitely check out playfromday1.com. Add your name to the waiting list, and then we can take a look at some of your options for getting into the program. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.